A lot of times we want God to change our problem, and God using that problem to change us. I look at our problems like the weight room. You go in a weight room, you can't even get that weight up. And then when you just keep going, you get it up, but it's hard. And then you go home and you sore. And you keep going to that gym every day, lifting that same weight. That weight didn't change. You just getting stronger. So now you getting the reps in. You're not sore anymore. You doing it easy. And that's just like our life. Our problems don't go away. Our problems are there to make us stronger. And so as we get stronger, that problem don't change. But it don't bother us like it used to because we got stronger. And we go to a level of our whole life with problems that we have to go through that make us stronger and stronger. And as we go through problems, we get more mature, we get more humble, we get more patient. And we have empathy for other people in certain situations. And now we can go back and help a person through that problem because those problems don't change. They are here to make us stronger, for real. A lot of times we be depressed, and a lot of times we be stressed, and a lot of times we don't feel right, and we don't even know why we don't feel right. But a lot of times because we feed our spirit the wrong things. And just like our stomach won't feel good if we feed ourselves the wrong things, far as food, and our skin irritated and not feeling right because we putting the wrong thing on our skin, that's just like our spirit. Like we gotta feed ourselves physical food to keep ourselves healthy. We gotta feed ourselves the right spiritual food to keep our spirit healthy. If we feeding ourselves a whole bunch of junk, our spirit is not gonna be right, and we gonna be down, feeling bad and depressed. If we listening to a whole bunch of gossip, a whole bunch of negativity, if we watching a whole bunch of negativity and wrong things, that thing get in our spirit and manifest in our life, and we feeling bad, doing bad, and acting bad, and we don't even know why. It's because we feeding our spirit the wrong things. So just like we have to feed ourselves the right physical food to feel good, we got to feed ourselves the right spirit food so we could feel good and do good in the spirit, for real. All it takes is one conversation. One conversation could open up doors for you and change your life forever. One conversation could clear up any misunderstanding and could save a relationship, a friendship, a business partnership. One conversation could stop a whole war. It could be a whole war over a misunderstanding and lack of communication, and one conversation could change that forever. So I believe conversations are so important, for real. Sometimes it's better just to shut up. You can't make sense to a person who have no sense or want to be made sense to. You could have all facts. You could be speaking from experience, and they just want to cause chaos and go back and forth, just talking, just to talk, and just to irritate you. And at that time, you wasting a whole bunch of time and energy on a person who don't value your time or what you got to say. So a lot of times people don't want to be made sense to, and you wasting time and energy trying to make sense to them. So sometimes it's better just to shut up, for real. If we got to go, we celebrated and not what we tolerated. Jesus couldn't even perform miracles in his hometown. He had to go around people who believed in him because they had so much unbelief in his hometown. And so a lot of times we have great ideas, we have great things going on, but some people just don't see you as unique, or they don't even understand your gift or your uniqueness. And you being there, you would never rise up and watch your dreams come true or even be the best version of yourself, because a blessing a lot of times is tied to location. And so if you want to be a surfer, you can't live in Salt Lake City. And if you want to be a skier, you can't live in Los Angeles. So I believe our dreams is tied to a location. And so sometimes we have to leave where we from so we could be the best version of ourselves and watch all our dreams come true, for real. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in forgiveness. If we want God to forgive us, we have to forgive others. And forgiving other people is freeing, because we have all that anger and negative energy to a person. That's giving them too much power over our life. That means we ain't even healed over that situation. So when we forgive, it frees us. It frees us, and the healing process could start. Because holding that unforgiveness is like drinking poison, hoping someone else die. But just because you forgive that person, don't mean you bring that person back in your life. You know who that person is. You know what they're capable of. And fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And a lot of times people don't change. So I forgive you. But I'm going to love you from a distance, for real. Who is my brother? Just because we came out the same womb, is that my brother? Just because we from the same neighborhood, same block, is that my brother? Just because we carry the same skin complexion, is that my brother? Now just imagine we use all those things to bring about that is my brother, and that's who I'm going to work with, that's who I'm going to connect with, and that's who I'm going to try to build with. But at the same time, we don't believe the same things. We don't think alike. We don't want the same things out of life. All our thoughts is different. I believe in building, and that person might be believing in tearing down. They believe in tearing down other people, and this person might be believing in building up other people. This person might want to tear down a community. This person might want to build up the community. So is that a person you should be linking with, doing anything with, just because y'all the same complexion? Just because y'all came out the same womb? Is that your brother? I believe when you start building, you should look in the spirit, look in the mindset. Are we like-minded? Do we both want to uplift? Do we both want to build? Do we believe in treating people the way we want to be treated? Or do I believe that and this person believe in a get-over mentality? Nothing good happens to people who do anything good, so I might as well take and destroy. And so we have to analyze, like, who is my brother? Is it because we look alike, or is it because we think alike, feel alike, and believe alike? And so, who is my brother? We be so arrogant. We be so judgmental, talking about what we wouldn't do and what we will do if we went through that or was in that situation, and you don't know what you would do until you in that situation. No, it's all in the air. I would never do that. And how this world is set up, you would have to go through that exact same thing just so it can humble you. Just so it can humble you. And when you go through certain stuff, you would do stuff that you thought you would never do. And so when you do those things that you thought you would never do, it will humble you. It will humble you. So now you have empathy to see things from other people's perspective. So a lot of times we need to humble ourselves, because this world will really humble you, for real. Message to my little homies, bro. You don't swear on God. You don't swear on your dead relatives. You don't swear on your kids. Nothing to prove a point to anyone, because the moment you swear on God to prove a point to them, their opinion of you telling the truth mean more to you than God. So you let your yes be a yes and your no be a no, because you a man and your word means something. So if you have to swear on something to prove a point to them, your word don't mean nothing to them, or your word don't mean nothing to you. My yes is a yes and my no is a no. This is my truth. Take it or leave it, for real. Thing I learned, man, a good attitude will take us way further in life than our talent, what we know, or a good grade point average. The right person liking you, the right person you was kind to or was likable to, could open up doors that your degree cannot open up. I believe everything is connected to people, and networking and the right person could open up doors for you that your talent can't get you through. But when we have a bad attitude, we never know who a person is, or we never know who's watching us. And so I believe good manners will take us way further in life than what we know. So we gotta watch how we treat people and have a decent and good attitude, for real. New level, new devil. Life is similar to school, because to get from this level to that level in school, you have to pass certain tests to get to the next grade. And that's just like life. To get to the next level of life, you have to pass tests on that level, whether it's circumstances or people. So if people know what button to push and you go off every single time, that means you failed that test and you're not maturing, you still at that level. Or you could just run from that situation. It's gonna be somebody at the next place you ran just like that person, and you could run from that and you will be stuck at that same level because you refuse to take that test, or you just never pass that test and you at that same level. But when you mature and you grow, the stuff you going through or the stuff people doing don't even bother you no more. So you move to the next level of your life, and that means you mature and you move to the next level, and at that level it's gonna get harder, and the circumstances gonna get tougher, and the people gonna get more complicated and irritating. And so when you pass that test, you go to the next level, and that's new level, new devil. But if you at this level and you refuse to take that test and you keep running or you keep failing that test, you will be at the same level for the rest of your life, getting older and older and older. And you will have a hair full of gray hair at 60 years old, but at this level of a 14-year-old. And when you see people super old but super immature, that just means they didn't pass those tests and they stuck at that same level. And so that's basically new level, new devil, for real. Some people are assigned to bless us, and some people are assigned to block us. But we have to use discernment because they both come smiling. It's some people in our life who would take everything we have and take it to the whole next level and be an asset to our life. And it's gonna be another person come and they gonna say the exact same things and they gonna come smiling too. But their whole thing is to come in your life, get what they can get and leave, or even worse, they come in your life to see what you got going on, take what you got going on, and bring it all down into shambles. So some people come in our life to bless us, and some people come in our life to block us. And they both come smiling. So we have to obey our spirit when God let us know who that person is for real. Sometimes we got to be more grateful. Sometimes we have to be more appreciative, and we say, I gotta go work out. No, you get to go work out. You got arms, you got legs. I got to go pick up my son. No, I get to go pick up my son. Your son is a blessing. And so a lot of times we have to change those little words around, because saying certain things will make us ungrateful, and saying certain things another way would put things in perspective how blessed we are, and we should be grateful. So I don't have to do anything. I get to do that for real. Scripture teaches us Satan has never attacked or came against anyone as a red man with pitchforks and horns. Satan always came slick and manipulative and play on your temptations. So you gotta watch that person who come in your life and play on your temptations. You trying to get off drugs and that person, man, come on, bro, hit this. Or you faithful to your wife and this person come over here, man, look at that boy. Look at that, man, that's Satan, bro. That is how Satan comes. He comes slick and manipulative and play on your temptations to try to get you out of what you know you should be doing to be the best version of yourself. For real. I'm not in the business of convincing. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And I believe chasing after people, trying to make them see things your way, or you trying to make them understand you, or you just trying to get on the same frequency of that person and they just refuse to, I believe it's a waste of time and energy. While we should be connected with like-minded people who see your uniqueness, who see your gifts and want the same things that you want. And so that's what I believe in. I'm not trying to convince somebody who don't want to be convinced, for real. Gotta be careful what we tolerate. We gotta be careful what we look over in the beginning, because we teaching people how to treat us. If you don't like to be called that, you let a person know up front, I don't like to be called that. I don't like to be treated that way. Because the moment you keep giving a weak weasel an inch, they gonna take a whole mile. And so I really believe that we teach people how to treat us. So we gotta be careful what we tolerate, for real.